I'm sitting on a time call. I'm probably in the driveway 15 minutes early. We don't mind doing that. But it's a good opportunity for me to share with you what happened to this town over the last, I don't know, 9 years, maybe 10 years, when the U.S. Forest Service decided to use the commercial drivers in this town to sell national park passes. This became a full-blown criminal enterprise, and I personally boycotted the Glacier for the last, I think, 9 years, up until June 1st of last year, where they finally allowed us to drop people off at what we call the dirt lot, which is about maybe 400 yards short of the visitor center parking lot. They sold this under a lot of different, theories. You know, they were trying to control how many people went out to the Glacier, and they'd say that, but they're not. They're not trying to control anything. They're trying to generate revenue for themselves off of someone else's work. And so what has happened, you can see there, I mean, if you're over 16 years old and there's 6 of you in my car, what should be about a $45 ride from the Red Dog out to the Mendenhall Glacier became a $165 ride one way. And then in response to that, you know, people would get on Yelp and they'd get on Cruise Critic and they would talk about how much it costs to get to the Glacier and why does it cost so much and so on and so forth. And then any healthy, able-bodied person decided, well, that we could ride the city bus at $3 a head. Now, what those people have done is in the city bus, it stops like a mile and a half from the Glacier, so you'd still have to do a walk-in. But these people thought they were savvy and they were saving money, but what they were actually doing is destroying the infrastructure of this town. Now grandma's on the sidewalk, you know, trying to get home from Fred Meyer with her ice cream, and the bus blows right by her because it's full of tourists. You know, those buses are subsidized by the people of Juneau, and yet they're loading them up with tourists to the point where, you know, you're trying to go to work and the bus drives right by you because he doesn't have room for you because he's hauling tourists. You know, you're trying to go to a doctor's appointment. Too bad. You better reschedule. At the end of the day, there's one fix to that, and that is to let the cab drivers run the meter the way they always did for years and years and years. Don't ask them to give you another dime. Don't ask them to steal a dime from the public. If you want to sell park passes out at the national park, put in a booth and sell your tickets. But, you know, don't have everybody else collecting for you. We're not the sheriff of Nottingham.